Do you ever feel like, as a man, you wish that you can get any woman that you want? Do you even feel that life's not fair because you can't get the type of woman you want or any woman at all? Whether it's be sexual or relationship or either or both of them. This is the kind of question that usually plays in the minds of a lot of incels. In case many of you don't even know what the definition of incels are basically typically men mostly. It's men. They can't really get any kind of sex from women or get the type of women they want. They are considered to be losers to society, which in a way they are, in my honest opinion, because not be the fact that they can't get women or nothing. Because let's be clear, you got a lot of men that don't really get women like that. You got a lot of men that they can't really attract the type of woman they want. But that don't mean that they're losers. It's the actions in which a lot of these incels, take part in, such as going online complaining and whining about women and they can't get no kind of women, and how these women choose a particular type of man, and if they can't get their way, they're going to start, I guess, do violent acts on them. Basically, get mad at the world based on women not want to give them no kind of draws. Well, that's what incel is, and it's short for involuntary celibate. And these are usually entitled nerdy men. Like, these men are, like I said earlier, kind of like losers. Many of them kind of play video games. They might like video games like Dungeon Dragons and World of Warcraft and Halo. Well, the guy that you see on the screen, he is considered one of the king of the incels. And some of you may know him, and I think a lot of people probably don't, especially around my region of the state, because I live in the East Coast, the east part of the was in the South. I live in the south part of the eastern, region, which a lot of people, especially within the black community, they don't really know who he is. Some do, but not. I don't think you find many of us that knew him. But his name is Dylan. I'm sorry. I'm about to say. I'm trying to think his name. What's his name? Oh yes, Elliot Rogers. I was about to say Dylan Roof, the shooter, which took place in my state, but wrong name. His name is Elliot Rogers. He was he made the news back in May of 2014 after making a very, very, very long manifesto. If I'm not mistaken, that manifesto is like about 1,400 page long. I mean, it was real long. And I glanced through them, but I'm like, this page is too long for me to read. So I just look at glimpses and pieces. He basically was talking about his life and how he can't really get any kind of girlfriend, and how much of a loser he is, and how life not fair. He didn't say he was a loser, but he just saying how much life he fair. No, he look at himself as more of in an arrogance way, as in he deserved to get a particular type of woman because he got a nice car. And you know what? He's 22 years old. And he actually uh, saying that he's 22-year old and he's still a virgin. You got plenty of people who's older than him who are still virgins, and that's really not a bad thing. But he made it out to be a bad thing, being 22 and being a virgin. Nothing, like I say, nothing wrong with being a virgin at 22. In fact, I think, and I put my personal business out there, but I lost my virginity at a not an old age, of course, but like, you know, I think I was still in college. Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit older, not well, same age, maybe a little bit younger when I lost my virginity, and this happened with a girlfriend I was dating. Might have been his age, maybe a little bit older. I don't know, I can't remember, but I lost my virginity at a certain age, and I didn't like prior to that. I didn't really complain about certain things because, trust me, when I was in school and everything, I actually try to get girlfriends. I got rejected after rejections. I think they got more to do with my stature back then. I was like real short and small. So many, especially in high school, many high school girls didn't probably see me as attractive back then. Of course, a lot of them from high school kind of look at me now like, you looking kind of cute there. I'm like, oh, okay. Many of them in high school look at me that way. But ironically, though, I mean, I looking at him, I don't really judge him, but I see nothing wrong with him. He could have gotten almost any woman he want. And I think one of the problems when it comes to incels is a lot of them don't have much confidence. Many of them lack. They kind of lack. It's something about them that they're lacking. Either it's confidence or they expect that the woman that they attracted to approach them based off of who they are and their status, and the fact that he has a father that is a director or either producers, especially for one of the most notable movies like The Hunger Games. I mean, he can get women based off of that, and he got a car, and he was talking about that in one of the videos he posted. Well, you know what's sad though? After he went and start slaughtering, a lot of women, and he eventually took his own life after he started killing people and stabbing people. He took his own life based off of that. You have a lot of other incels online who followed him. Look at him somewhat as heroes. I mean, I look at them as losers. You cheering a man who murdered people based off of he can't get any women. Like, how sick can certain people be? I mean, he had his whole life ahead of him to get a girlfriend. I mean, he's 22. Your life just started, and you ended it all because you think you wasted your college years not getting any kind of draws. Hey, you could, I mean, Jesus. But I want to add to it when it comes to like incels. Back to the topic, a lot of incels they have like, and I didn't really know that, but they actually have clubs online talking about their frustration in not getting laid and how these women chooses people like, and I never knew there was a term until I read up on it. They choose as people like Stacy. The Stacy's choose people like Chads. Stacy's supposed to be the most beautiful, attractive, popular girls. I'm guessing the Stacys and the Chads are boys the cool boys who go out the who do the Stacy team, who's Stacy tend to pick as a preference, the cool guys. So I guess what Chads are, and guys who most incels are considered to be normies. I guess normal guys, regular guys who's not really popular. And I was looking at that, I was saying, interesting. Yeah. So the type of women that they really aren't attracted to are the Beckys. I'm from the black community. And Becky to us refer to just any white woman. A Becky, get you a Becky. I mean, I'm just saying, in our community, Becky is considered to be a black woman. I mean, a white woman, I'm sorry, a white woman. And the black women usually be like the Latoyas or Lakeishas. And Latoyas and Keisha, they used to be the ones that can brawl and fight in my community. Or you have the Ashleys and Jennifers and stuff. And the Kendras, they used to be the most beautiful, popular black chicks in school. Because I went to school with all blacks. But the Beckys, that's kind of new. I mean, I just didn't know about it. And they went on to say, the Stacy choose the Tyrones. And I know, okay, Tyrone referring to black men or black boys. And they're, I guess, when it comes to like young kids, They refer to Tyrone and Raekwons and so within our community. But I'd like to add, I mean that's just something new. That's just phenomena. I just recall and looked up. So they let me get. I'm trying to get this straight. They can't get a Stacy, but yet they reject a Becky, and Becky could all along like them. And I even look it up. The Beckys are the most unattractive, I guess, white girl that love cats and animals, and they love to play, I guess, games along with them, like maybe card games, Pokemon games. I mean, they kind of somewhat nerdy, or either they just be in a place, just watch movies and just do what they do. It just just basically a unattractive white girl who has no boobs and have small, you know, bottoms. I mean, this coming from what they say, and they usually have dark hair, so the incels wouldn't really find them attractive. Plus, a lot of guys aren't fishing for them. But it's ironic. Some of these same Beckys could be the one that like them, but they don't want them. But they're going after a woman that probably don't want them and get mad because they get rejected, and they want to take it out on all women because of that. How do you think the Beckys may have felt when you don't want to give them a chance a day to talk to them? They could feel the same way. I never hear actually a woman say, you know what, I'm so upset because these I was trying to think these normies, other normies not going to choose me because I'm not attractive to us. I'm not a Stacy or whatever. You know what? Forget all of this. I'm gonna kill all these normies. I'm gonna kill all these boys that reject me. I never hear women say that. I only hear a lot of men say that. But when a Becky come to you, she like you, whatever. You like, psh, like no. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we all like who we like. We all attracted to who we attracted to. That's just who we are. But a lot of these incels are complete losers. And to the incels that's listening to this right here, I would like to say, in order for you to not be an incel no more, get a life. Do something with your life. Improve yourself. Go to the gym if you feel like you need to be in shape. Read some books. Get a hobby. Explore other things. Interact with people. Put yourself out there. Because it's a good chance that you would meet a Stacy if you take part in any kind of activity. In fact, if you were like in school or college, take part in any kind of activities. Find something that you enjoy and socialize with people. In order for you to make it good with a Stacy, learn to socialize with other people. I mean, it's gonna take a lot of effort and work, but you got to be socially adept to people because a lot of these incels, they are socially awkward. To be honest with you, even this guy on the screen, Elliot Roger, go out and interact with people, take part in any kind of activities, get a life, find a hobby. And if you see that you have passion for certain things and you build your confidence up, do whatever you do to build your confidence up, then you should be able to approach a Stacy with at ease. So that's my advice I can give the incels. Get off on get off online and stop complaining about this Chaz taking all the Stacys. And who knows, you might be the type of Chaz that'll get the Stacy.